to show you how I'm teaching Bubba to do nose touch. So I will use this behavior for the end position of his teeter and also of his dog walk, because we're going to do a stopped teeter and a stopped dog walk. And what I like about the nose touch is it gives them a job, and it keeps their head focused forward. So as they're coming across the teeter or coming across the dog walk, their head's not up looking at me. So it gives me a lot of independence to get where I want to be while they're doing their job. So in the beginning stages, I have this target, and I like its black target so it's easy to fade. And when you put a target down in front of a dog or put anything down, they're likely to explore. So if he goes towards this, and ideally I want him to nose touch it, but in the beginning it may just be coming near it, I'm going to click and I'm going to reward him on the target. So very important throughout the entire training process, I'm always rewarding from the target to build value, not from my hand. So I'm going to put it down, get my clicker ready, put it down. He touches it, I click. I'm not saying anything. I'm just rewarding for him interacting with it. Good boy. I'll move it around. Boy. Good job. Now what I want to build up to, in the early stages, it doesn't take very long, is that he has duration for this. So if I don't get the cookie to it right away, he offers another touch and another touch. Good boy. Good boy. Break. Good boy. Good job. Good boy. You can see how he's offering multiple nose touches, adding duration. After I get the dog understanding that he gets rewarded for just nose touching it, I'm going to add my verbal. So I'm going to add my verbal. I want to restrain him a little bit. Target. To see if he's driving to that. Ready, ready. Target. Good boy. Because I want him driving down both the dog walk and the teeter with some speed. Target. Good boy. After I've done that for a while, I can start adding another fun game. Good boy. Ready? Around, around. Target. Good job. So that in the process of doing something, he can still find that. Ready? Around. Target. Good boy. Ready, ready, ready. Around. Target. Good job. Okay, after I have a good understanding of the dog, understanding the target word means drive to that thing, nose on it, then I can put it at the end of my contact. So I've placed it here where it's far enough off that he can put 2 feet on the ground, because I'm looking for a 2 feet on, 2 feet off behavior, and back feet would stay on the plank. We've played the bang game before, so it looks similar to him, but now he's just got the target to focus on. Ready? Target. Good boy. And it's a great chance to practice his release word. Break. Yay, good boy. Make sure I don't pair his release with motion, so he's truly just coming off on my verbal. Ready? Target. Oh. So if that happens, I would just help them get back. Good job. And in the beginning, go ahead and reward that. Break. Good job. Ready? Target. You'll notice that he's kind of switched to a head bob. And that is the finished product I'm looking for. He's been doing this enough that when the target's not there, he's just bobbing his head, finished product, so he's showing you a little bit what that looks like. I'm rewarding that. He understands his head's got to go down. That's ideally what we're going to end with, because that target won't be there. Break. Good job. stage, I'm practicing running past him, front crossing, blind crossing, all of those skills with the planking. Ready? Ready, ready, ready. Target. Good job. Good boy. Break. Nicely done. There you go. Turning around on the plank. And then I would give him that verbal. Target. Yay. You notice how his head was forward focused? He did want to, if he comes off like he is now, I would just place him back up. Good boy. And in the beginning, I would give him a cookie for that because they've got to learn to keep their rear on. Good job. He's giving me some targets. Nice job. Break. Baba. Target. Good boy. I would start out walking slowly. Break. Then I would add some speed, add some front crosses, add some line crosses, all that stuff. Sometimes I'm going lateral. Target. So it doesn't matter where I go, his job is forward focus. I like to lead back out to where I was, break, and then release him. So he learns we don't always leave this spot together. Target. Whoops. Gonna give him that non-marker word, whoops, when he comes off, because I want him to learn he's got to stop. Okay. When you feel like you've done a good job and they understand and they're keeping their body on, then I would just either back chain it, so he might start farther and farther back on the plank, or just the whole thing. Depends on your dog, how well they turn around on a plank. Okay, so however you've trained your teeter, when you've got a completed teeter, then I would add the whole thing, dog going over the whole thing and targeting at the end. So I've got his nose target there. Again, I've made sure he's got room, front feet off, back feet will be on. And then I don't start with a lot of speed, but we got a little speed here just so that he has time to think about, I've got to hit that target. Ready, ready, come here. Around. Bang. Target. Good boy. Good boy. Break. Good job. Around. Bang. Target. So bang is his teeter word. Break. Target is his in position word. I usually say that target when they've come over the apex, so they have time to process. Ready, buddy? One more. Ready? Around. Bang. Target. Good job. And I'd like to show you, break, how easy it is if they have a job for me to do things like rear cross the approach. Because his job is forward focus, he's not looking at me. Ready? Around. Bang. Target. Good boy. Good boy. Break. Now he doesn't have a lot of speed right now. That will come. Plus, as we have more distance to the approach, that will come. So don't worry about the speed. All right, once we get that finished product, then I need to start fading the lure. The lure will be there for me 50% of the time in training, at least 50%, and then ideally 50% of the time it's not, because it won't be there in the ring. So when I fade it, we'll try it now, I am still looking for that head bob. So he comes down, he head bobs in anticipation that the target's there, head bob, and then I'm going to still click and reward on the ground. So important, it goes on the ground where that target would have been. Ground, bang, target. Yay, way to go, boy. Break. If he doesn't give me the target with the head bob right away, I simply wait. Maybe 5, 6, 7 seconds to see if he offers. If he doesn't, I would give an oops, and we would try again. So oops is his marker word that means not quite. And make sure that he gives me that head bob. Ready? Target! Good boy. That's a good example of, I wasn't convinced he head bobbed right away, but he thought about it and then gave it to me. Target! Good job. Head bob. Break. And as long as I continue to be black and white, that I want that head bob, I should be able to maintain that performance. It gives me a lot of independence and gives him understanding of what I want at the end of the plank. Good job, buddy.